Hey, what's up, everybody? Good President's Day to all of you. I'm here to talk about the Elimination Chamber last night. The Elimination Chamber, as you know, took place from Oakland, California, which is about 50-something miles away from where I am. And a lot of things in this, well, first of all, this, as many people have said, was WWE's go-home pay-per-view. In other words, it's kind of like the last pay-per-view before they take a break, and start building up towards the send home or the season finale pay-per-view, which of course is WrestleMania. And a lot of things, took place last night, at Elimination Chamber that many have felt are building up and setting up towards WrestleMania. Now, apparently we all saw the fact, we all knew, well not saw, but well, we did see and knew that the two matches, the two main events, the two championship main events were going to happen no matter what we would say. I mean, there's a lot of us, like myself, the guys at PWR Pro Wrestling Report, Max Sports, on basically the Pro Wrestling Report, guys like Meet Young, J-Dub, the Wrestling Gurus, Off the Rope Show, everybody who is anybody that's a wrestling fan, either it's on YouTube, Daily Motion, Blimp.tv, all the sites, No DQ, PWI Torch, Wrestling News World. A lot of people were hoping for we're hoping that maybe WWE would throw the curveball and allow somebody like a John Morrison or someone like a Rey Mysterio or even a Drew McIntyre, who I wanted to see win the SmackDown one, win these chamber matches and go to WrestleMania. But apparently, that didn't happen. And apparently that didn't happen because, like I said, everybody knew exactly who was going to win, who was going to main event WrestleMania. I mean, Vince McMahon, like I've mentioned in many videos, had already signed off on it. These were the matches he wanted for Mania. So, there you go. These are the matches he wanted. He signed off on them already. And now we'll just kind of have to wait and see what kind of build-up takes place. Now, some people, whether they would like to admit it or not, were hoping also that Lawler would win the title last night, and at least keep the championship for maybe a day, maybe a week, and then lose it back to The Miz, which in a way I guess would make sense. But of course, as everybody predicted and felt and knew, Miz did win. Michael Cole did kind of interfere a little bit, but more vocally than anything. And Alex Riley, he did interfere. So I don't know exactly what this is going to lead towards. I mean, they're saying there's supposed to be a Lawler Cole program, something taking place between Lawler and Cole, a match, if you will, at Mania, that's going to be focused on as one of the top programs. I guess it's one of the semi-special attraction main events. We don't know if maybe it'll be a one-on-one, a street fight, a tag, we don't know. But I guess this is supposed to help set it up. So I guess last night was supposed to help set it up, and we'll see what happens tonight. Also last night we saw the return of Trish Stratus. She's now back under WWE contract, I guess, at least for Tough Enough, which means that she's going to probably be a focal point at WrestleMania, because last night she came to Kelly's aid against Lay Cool, who came to Vicky's aid. Kelly, of course, making her return, and Kelly being the subject of a lot of things. A lot of people saying Kelly is gonna turn heel eventually, and I guess the most obvious place for her to turn heel would be WrestleMania, and then have associate with Drew McIntyre. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, that's what's going on there. And So maybe they'll have Trish and Kelly teaming up against Lay Cool and then have Kelly stab Trish in the back. I don't know. But apparently that's what it looks like they're building towards or something. And I've already gone on record as to saying, and I don't know if this will happen, but you know, there's just too much story behind it. There's just too much storyline behind it. I believe what's going to happen is we're going to have a match sort of similar to the Battle of the Billionaires at Mania. I just feel it's just been set up, and last night kind of helped it out a lot, so kind of helped out my theory. So I think what's going to happen is we're going to have a battle basically for the general managementship of SmackDown. What I see happening, very similar, and I've mentioned this before in a previous video. I feel as though what's going to take place is we're going to have Teddy Long being represented by someone or a few people, and same with Vicky Guerrero, and whoever wins, whether it's one-on-one or a tag or whatever, but whatever side wins, then the person they represent, you know, gets that general managementship. But but to me, again, like I mentioned in my previous video yesterday morning, I don't think, you know, if this match takes place, if this was to happen, I don't think it's going to happen without probably Vicky Guerrero having to put up her job as the official consultant of SmackDown. Now, again, we'll see exactly what happens. Now, you know, I talked about Lay Cool and, you know, the situation with Kelly and Trish last night. I wouldn't be surprised if that's how the match takes place, you know, the battle of the general managementship. Maybe they'll go with superstars. I don't know what superstars they could choose. But Dolph apparently for Vicky, maybe, I don't know. But again, it just makes a lot of sense, in my opinion, to go in this direction, because, you know, as we have noticed over the past couple of years, I think, you know, Vicky, of course, she's been with WWE for over a year, and usually from what I've noticed, she takes time off. So I don't know if she'll take time off here, but after Mania, but to me it would work in her favor, because, you know, despite what you say, you know, she's definitely a heel that you want to boo right out of the building, you want to hate, but she's also the kind that, as much as you hate to say it, you hate to love, because she's so over as a heel. I mean, you don't even need canned heat. You don't even need canned or artificial heat plugged in. You know, she's that good. So, and you just have to love her for that. The fact that she's one of the rare exceptions, as many people say today in the WWE, that you don't have to insert artificial or canned heat for her. She's got the legit deal. She's got the real legit deal. So, to me, I think the best option is to probably take her off television after Mania, and then probably bring her back and do what I feel would be the seemingly impossible. Because she's been so heelish over the past, I don't know how many years, but do the seemingly impossible, and that's take her off television, then bring her back, but bring her back as a baby face. Someone that takes time off, looks back, it comes out and says, hey, I look back at my mistakes and realize I can't do this anymore. I can't trust any of the male superstars, because I don't know if they're going to be, you know, pretending, basically have her, like I say, take her off television for a while and have her come back and have her kind of explain her, basically have her come back as a babyface and kind of explain that the reason she's becoming a babyface is now she realizes the mistakes she's made, and the fact that she doesn't know, and the fact that she can't trust the male superstars, any of the superstars, because she doesn't know if they're legitimately love her or fall in love with her, or if they're just using her because of her power and authority. So, but again, that's what I would do if I was to make a match for the battle of the general managementship, and have, in exchange, have her put her job up as the official consultant. Now, like I said, I don't know if they'll do that, but to me it makes a little sense. And you can watch my other video talking about that down below. And of course, like I said last night, the Lawler, Cole, Riley situation started to build even more, so we'll see what gets paid off there at Mania. then of course, we had the Elimination Chamber matches, and like I said, fan-wise, of course, I wanted to see Drew McIntyre win Drew McIntyre win the SmackDown one, because like I said, like I mentioned just moments ago, WWE is planning to turn Kelly heel and associate her with Drew McIntyre. I feel Drew McIntyre would benefit more, despite how you feel about the guy, that if he associates with Kelly and with his association with Kelly and have him become a babyface. I mean, you look at a lot of the guys that have that heel look but they're over as a babyface. Like currently, you got Randy Orton. He's over as he's a heel. He's got that heelish look. The look that if he turns heel, you can instantly hate the guy. But he's a babyface. He's a top guy, top babyface. Look at previous guys like Steve Austin. When he turned heel in 2001, for a while it was easy to hate the guy because he had the look, he had the attitude. And to me, Drew McIntyre falls in these categories. He has the look of a heel, and that to the point that if he turns heel like he is now, you can instantly hate the guy. But if he turns babyface, even though he looks like a heel, you'll cheer him because he'll be more of the anti-heel because of association with Kelly. So to me, that would be the ultimate. To me, that would have been the best option to go. Now, I don't know if they'll still go in that direction, or if they're going to go with Kelly going heel and associating with Drew. So we'll see what happens. And like I said, the only way Kelly's going to turn heel is if they decide to do the situation with LayCool and break them up. Now, this is what I look at as well. Going back to the battle of the general managementship, if LayCool is chosen to represent Vicky Guerrero against, like, say, a team of Kelly and Trish Stratus, or Kelly and Beth Phoenix, or whatever, then this is what I would do. If LayCool loses, not only does Vicky lose her job, but LayCool has to disband. You know what I'm saying? LayCool can no longer be a team, no matter what. Have them do that, or wait till the draft to do that. So, but either way, if you're going to turn Kelly heel, you got to turn someone heel. You got to turn a heel diva babyface. It's the only way you're going to even things out. Now, like I said, as far as the chambers go, like I said, I wanted Drew to win it. But as we saw, Edge did win. It was a good match. I will say that Drew McIntyre showed the intensity and everything that it takes to be a champion. So I think this year he's going to finally probably get that shot at being champion, that run, maybe a small run, but I feel Drew McIntyre is going to finally get that run with the title. Going on the Raw side, again, in my predictions as a fan, just like anybody else, I wanted John Morrison to win because I feel that at Mania, him and Miz would have tore the house down. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. As we saw, John Cena, and I am a fan of John Cena, I do respect the guy, I'm a fan of his, did win, so now he's going to face The Miz. And unfortunately, despite what Michael Cole said at the end of the pay-per-view last night, it's not the match the world wants to see. No. It's not the match the world wants to see, because Miz has been booked as a weak champion. I mean, even last night in a 10-plus minute match, he had to have help from Alex Riley and even some help from Michael Cole to beat Jerry Lawler. So, and many people feel as though that shouldn't be. He should be able to do what, other young guys like him have done. Other young guys like him have done to legends and Hall of Famers. He should be able to have a good match, or a decent maybe 4 or 5 minute match, and then beat that legend with ease, no problem. But that did not happen. So now we got Cena taking on The Miz. Now here's the thing about this. If you look at The Miz's face, he holds up the title at the end of the show after he sees Cena win, and it doesn't look. And you could look at the expression on his face, like it looks like a look of determination, but it also looks like a combined look of determination, but also worry. It's also a combined look of work. It's basically a combination of two looks: determination and a combined, merged with a worried look. Like, okay, I'm determined to go into Mania as champion and walk out, but I'm worried because I'm going to have to defend against the guy. against the face, the franchise of the face and franchise player of this company on the biggest stage of all. So it's going to be interesting. And like I said, a lot of fans, will disagree with what Michael Cole said last night. They may agree with what J-Dub says. No disrespect, J-Dub. They may disagree with anybody else because of one reason. The last time John Cena and The Miz fought each other on a pay-per-view was when Miz first arrived on Raw. It was almost after Miz was drafted to Raw. And the match that they had, I don't know what pay-per-view it was. I think it was the Bash or something. I think it was the Great American Bash or something like that. I can't remember. But John Cena apparently beat Miz, like it was nothing. And of course, as we all know, this is what made Miz into who he is now. But that's apparently, I think, why fans are against this match at WrestleMania, because they probably feel, this is just my opinion, but they probably feel they're going to get a repeat of that last pay-per-view encounter between Miz and Cena. That's what they feel. I mean, yeah, the match may be a little better, may go a little longer, maybe by a few minutes longer, maybe 5 minutes longer, I don't know. But what they're afraid of is we're going to get the same result as we did in that first pay-per-view counter, and basically you're going to have Cena dominate, Miz throughout. Yeah, Miz may get some offensive maneuvers in and some offense in, not saying he won't, but they probably feel that we're just going to get a repeat of what happened the first time they met on pay-per-view. And if you want a better example of what they probably mean, take a look at what happened on SmackDown this past Friday with Edge and Dolph Ziggler. That's what they're afraid of. That's what they're afraid of. They're afraid they're going to have that kind of a match. Yeah, Dolph got in some offense. Dolph got in some offense. Looked like he was going to possibly walk out. Well, maybe not, but you get the idea. Looked like he was going to walk out. But that's what they're afraid of. That's what they're afraid of. They're afraid we're going to get the same result that we saw on SmackDown, as well as the first time Miz and Cena met on pay-per-view. But again, the only silver lining would be the fact that the match might go a little longer, maybe by 5-6 minutes. But again, this is what fans are afraid of. They're afraid that we're just going to have a repeat, and that's why they feel as though this match shouldn't happen, because it's just going to be a repeat. Maybe a little longer, but it'll just be a repeat and almost be similar to, like I said, what we saw on SmackDown. Again, I could be wrong. I hope I am. And the only way that myself and those doubters that don't feel as though this match is worthy of going to WrestleMania, of being part of the WrestleMania main events, if not the main event, is if WWE builds Miz up properly in the next 5 weeks, makes him believable as a champion, makes him a threat as a champion, makes him look like the kind of guy that not only can you believe will beat John Cena for the WWE title, but also the kind of guy that will do anything he has to take John Cena out permanently. That's what WWE needs to do. But if they book him the way they've been booking him against the likes of Orton and Lawler, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna make him believable. It's not gonna make him look like a threat. You need to make him look believable and as a threat. You need to get him to take it to that next level. Going towards WrestleMania. You need to do that. You need to put the importance on this match. And again, show how much of a threat Miz is as champion, show him how believable he is as champion, and make him look like a threat, a legitimate and viable threat to not only being able to retain his title against John Cena at WrestleMania, but also be the kind of guy that's willing to go as far as to try to take John Cena out for a few months maybe, or something like that. So, and that was my dog. Sorry about that. But you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. So, and, another thing is, speaking of John, and this is John Morrison I want to talk about, he was spectacular. This guy just, I do have to agree with J-Dub and a lot of other people. I don't know what WWE is doing. When are they going to finally realize that this guy is a legit WWE champion in the making? If not already. When are they going to prove this? I mean, he's had title matches. Yeah, they wanted Raw instead of pay-per-view, but you know what? He has proven that he can be a champion. I mean, look, even though he wore the ECW championship, he wore the ECW title. As a heel, even as a heel, he proved that he was legitimate, that he could carry a brand, he can carry a company, if you will, as a champion. And even though the ECW title wasn't as important as it used to be, the title, let's take a look at it from a physical standpoint. The title he held wasn't that silver platinum title that they gave to Mark Henry. No, it was a replica of the original ECW title, or the one that was the ECW World Championship belt before ECW closed in 2001. So you think, with him holding that belt that says World Heavyweight Champion on it, even though it's ECW's, it shows you that he can carry a brand where the main championship's at, where that brand's main championship is at. And right now it's the WWE. Right now he's on Raw. The Raw's main championship is the WWE title. So you'd think WWE would finally wake up and realize that. So, even after the Chamber last night, you think they'd wake up and realize that. So, my honest thought is, they need to finally give Morrison that run. And like I said, with McIntyre showing the intensity that he did in the Chamber last night on the SmackDown side, I believe McIntyre is going to get that run, and maybe a short run, but he's going to finally get that run with the title. And I believe Morrison's going to do the same thing this year. I believe he's going to get a short run, maybe a short run, I hate to say that, but at least he'll get a run as champion. I think what WWE wants him to do is not just improve on the mic, but I think what it is they have no problem with his skills, his parkour and everything. I think maybe they might want him to tone it down. Just my opinion. I think they might want him to tone that down, that parkour part, before they give him a shot at the title. So, or even a run with the title. So, but overall, that's just my thoughts on Elimination Chamber, and it's built towards WrestleMania, and what's been built out of it, I should say, going into WrestleMania. So we'll just have to see what happens tonight. Again, that's my dog. I apologize for that. But we'll just have to see what happens tonight on Raw. But again, these are just my thoughts. And again, I hope WWE, if they're going to show how important this Miz-Cena match is, I hope they build Miz up and make him believable and a threat as champion, and make him believable and as a threat as being somebody that can retain his title against the likes of a John Cena, no matter what the match is, no matter if he doesn't have backup, no matter if he has his back against the wall to where, like, okay, his backup and interfering everybody from Alex Riley to Michael Cole to every superstar is banned from ringside, to the point that, if you get counted out or disqualified, you lose the title. They need to show that even with all that against him, that he can be believable as somebody that can not only beat Cena and retain, but also be the kind that could try to take John Cena out with an injury. That's what they need to do, because like I said earlier, a lot of fans are worried that they're just going to see maybe a 5-minute, 6-minute extension of the previous pay-per-view match between these two, and John Cena's just going to end up winning. Basically, they're afraid they might end up seeing something similar to what they saw on SmackDown. So, but those are just my thoughts on the Chamber and its build towards WrestleMania. Again, we'll just have to see what happens tonight. Tell me what you guys think. Comment down below, and I will talk to you all later.